Hello and welcome to the bonus video. This bonus video is hopefully going to be fairly short. I'm just going to go over a couple problems where you're finding the slant asymptote of a rational function using polynomial long division. I don't have any actual notes for this, so this is all going to be freehand. So right now we're going to be learning about slant asymptotes. So just a reminder, slant asymptotes come when pardon me, the degree of the numerator is larger than the degree of the denominator. So in this case, we have a slant asymptote, and we find that using polynomial long division. I've got two examples for us to go through. So example number one, we're going to have r of x is equal to x squared, go back, minus 4x plus 3 over x minus 2. So here in our denominator, we have an x to the power of 1. So, there goes my pen, sorry. We have a degree of 2 over degree of 1. Degree of the numerator is larger than the degree of the denominator, which means we are going to have a slant asymptote. So we're going to use our polynomial long division. So off to the side, I'm going to say, okay, we're going to take x squared minus 4x plus 3, and we're going to divide that by x minus 2, so that's what's going to go on the outside. Now when I'm looking, I'm really going to be looking at where's my highlighter? This x, and ask myself, how does it go into this next piece? So what do I need to multiply to x to get to x squared? Oh, I'm going to multiply in an x. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this x and multiply it to my x minus 2. And I'm going to get x squared minus 2x. And I'm going to take all of that and subtract it. And I know I've done this correctly if my first term cancels out. So for instance, x squared minus x squared, yes, it cancels out. We've done this correctly. So let's move on to the next piece. Negative 4x minus a negative 2x. So this is like adding a 2x. So this is going to give us a negative 2x. We're going to bring down the next term, so that plus 3, and then we'll start it again. So what do I need to multiply to x to get to negative 2x? Well, the answer to that is negative 2. So I'm going to take this negative 2, multiply it, wrong color, multiply it to my x minus 2, getting negative 2x plus 4. And I'm going to take that and subtract it. And again, I know I've done this correctly if my first terms cancel out. So negative 2x minus a negative 2x gives us 0. Yes, we've done it correctly. And then 3 minus 4, that's going to give us a negative 1. But here's the cool thing about all of this. We're looking at a slant asymptote and where kind of our long-run behavior is going with that. So we're looking at kind of like the overall general scheme. And in the overall general scheme of things, remainders don't really matter. So this remainder right here, you don't need the remainder. You don't have to mention it. You can just, once you get to your final number, there's nothing left, you can just kind of ignore it. So our final answer is going to be right here. It's whatever we have up at the top. So we can say that our slant asymptote is y is equal to x minus 2. And there you go. And we call that a slant asymptote because the function of x minus 2 is a slanted line. And that's all we need. So let's try just one more example. So let's see, problem number 2 is, let me find it. R of x is equal to x squared plus x minus 12 for x plus 2. So we're going to do the same thing that we did before. We're going to divide this out. So we're going to do x squared minus x minus 12 divided by x plus 2. So let's take a look at this x. So what do I need to multiply to this x to get to x squared? I'm going to multiply it by x. I'm going to take this x, multiply it to just whatever we're dividing by, so in this case x plus 2. And let's see, that's going to give us x squared plus 2x, and we're going to take all that and subtract it. I know I've done this correctly because x squared minus x squared gives me 0. And then a negative x minus a 2x is going to give me a negative x. Bring down our next part, negative 12. And then again, we ask ourselves, what do we need to multiply to x to get to negative x? Well, that's going to be a negative 1. So I'm going to take that negative 1, multiply it to x plus 2. And we're going to get negative x minus 2. I'm going to take that, subtract all that information. Negative x minus negative x. It's like adding an x. 0 goes away. We've done this correctly. And then we have a negative 12 minus negative 2, giving us negative 10. I have no more of my function to bring down. Remember, you do not need remainder. You do not need the remainder. So our answer here is going to be x minus 1. So where's my pens? There we go. So our slant asymptote is going to be y is equal to x minus 1. And there you are. There are a few other things about slant asymptotes, like for instance, when you have a slant asymptote and you're trying to find the slant asymptote intersection points, but we're not going to go into that. So on Wednesday's Go Formative, there is going to be a bonus question asking you to find the slant asymptote of a function similar to this. If you don't want to do it, you don't have to, but that's where you can get the practice in. I will not be testing you on this material. Thank you for taking the time for doing extra math. I hope to see you later on.